Hello there! This is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's play some The Crew 2, and man, this is a game that I haven't explored in a very long time, at least not in video form. I've done some streams, Jesus Christ, about this game, because it's a lot of fun, but videos, not so much. So why am I making a video today? Well, it has to do with the release of The Crew Motorfest. I suppose I should say the impending release of The Crew Motorfest. By the time I'm releasing this video, Motorfest is going to be coming out officially in a little over a week, but because I pre-ordered the game, as you know, with a lot of games nowadays, you pre-order and you get access to the game a couple of days earlier. That's gonna be the case, so in under a week, I'll be able to put my hands on the Crew Motorfest and try it out finally, because man, I've been so excited for that game ever since I saw it being announced. So how does playing The Crew 2 relates to Motorfest? Well, it's because I kind of actually want to refresh myself a little bit into remembering how to play this game, because the handling in this game has always been one weird spot that I cannot necessarily say that I love, though it's a matter of getting used. Now, apparently the Crew Motorfest it actually drives better. From what I've heard, people say that the handling is better in that game than it was over here. But you know, if I can deal with the weird handling in The Crew 2, when Motorfest is out, I'll definitely should be okay. But a peculiar thing about the Crew Motorfest is that actually you're going to be able to transfer all of your cars from the Crew 2 into Motorfest, which would instantly put me in a very nice position, because I have a bunch of Lambos and all of that stuff. But actually, I don't believe that I want to do that. And the reason behind that, it's simply because I do like progression. One thing that I really dislike about games like, well, in particular the Forza Horizon series, while it has a ton of cars and it's so much fun and whatnot, you can get so many cars so easily. There's basically no progression that it gets annoying, because then you didn't have to work for the cars. Instead, you got a bunch of cars through wheel spins or whatever. So it doesn't have the same feeling as, oh, I actually worked and did a bunch of races in order to unlock the car. But then you have something like Need for Speed Unbound, where, well, it's you have to do quite a bunch of races to get some really good cars. So I don't know, I felt that the Crew 2 had a very nice middle point where some grind is needed in order to get the cars, but it's not mobile racing game level of grinding where you need to grind for a full-on month to be able to afford a car. That's not how this game works. So in general, this game has a nice balance between, well, what I consider it, or at least for me, it's a relatively decent balance of do a bunch of races, get some currency, and buy some fancy cars. And I want to believe that the Crew Motorfest is going to be similar in that sense. I mean, if they did it in this game, I want to believe that the next one is going to be the case too. And yeah, I want to experience that. I wanna, you know, put some work into getting my cars and whatnot. Eventually, once I basically make enough progress in the game where I feel comfortable, like, yeah, I've experienced the economy in the game, then maybe I will import all of the cars from the Crew 2 into Motorfest, you know, because at the end of the day, just like I said, I've worked for these cars, and it's really nice the fact that you can just import them into that game. But I guess I haven't talked about why I'm so interested in the Crew Motorfest. It has to do just with the fact that in terms of the driving, even though the handling in this game it's kind of meh, the general driving experience of this game, it's a very nice middle point between things that I like. I like absolute nonsense arcade racing like Need for Speed, Unbound, or Heat, which are games that I did enjoy, but the whole aspect of the police chases, especially in Unbound, got really annoying, very frustrating. Then you have something like Forza Horizon, which is also open world, but it's more serious, and it's not so much about Nitro, which I actually realized that I haven't even used in this race. I should probably be using this. And it's more about drifting around the corners and doing nonsense, so I think this is a very nice middle point between those two. Oh, Jesus! And being an open world racing game, well, you know, it's also good. That's not to say that in my books a game needs to be open world for me to enjoy it. Obviously not. I do enjoy asphalt, and that is nothing but lap races in circuits or whatever. But you know, for what I'm looking in a console grade game, although obviously I'm playing in the PC, yeah, the Crew Motorfest definitely looks like something I would enjoy. But then you might think, DBT, but you already are playing the Crew 2, so why do you care about Motorfest? Well, first of all, the cars, because it's going to have cars that this game doesn't have. For example, it's going to have the Sense ICB12. Oh, what a beauty of a car will be featured over there. It's going to have the Lambo Revuelto. So there is that. But there's also the whole point that this particular game, the Crew 2, I started playing way too late. And by that, I mean that when I started playing this game, the game had been already out for several years, so I was not active or playing this game during its heyday, during its maximum activity in multiplayer and all of that. And for the same reason, along with the fact that I normally don't pay too much attention to multiplayer in these type of games, which honestly I think it's a mistake of mine, but anyway. I never really got into the flow of this game. Sure, I launch the game and do some races like I'm doing right now against the AI, and I get to have some fun because I get to drive my cars and listen to them and all of this good stuff. But I never really experienced what this game was in terms of multiplayer with an incredibly active community. And that's not to say that this game is dead, because apparently the developer says that there's at least going to be another year of support for this game. But where I'm going with this is that by playing the Crew Motorfest when it comes out, I do expect or hope to get more into how the game plays, the events, the multiplayer, the community, and all of that stuff. That's where I hope to get to. Whether I achieve it or not, it remains to be seen. That was kind of my plan with Need for Speed Unbound, but as I mentioned earlier, it's a game that didn't quite capture me simply because the gameplay seemed a little bit off to me. It's not that it was a bad game, but I simply couldn't enjoy it completely. And as far as what that means for the channel itself, it means that I'm going to be making a bunch of content on this game simply because, well, you know, as much as I enjoy making videos on asphalt games and all of that, sometimes I do get tired of playing the exact same thing pretty much every day. And it's refreshing to have a new game to explore. And then again, while I understand that a lot of my channel viewers aren't necessarily interested in this type of games because, well, it's not mobile, it's not a free game and all of that, actually this game is going to have a free trial period of, I believe, 5 hours. Once it releases on September 14 or 15, you can download the game for free and you can play up to 5 hours, completely free, and, well, see if you're interested in playing it and keeping the game. So, if you're interested in this game, but you're not convinced that you would like to spend the, I don't know how much is it, like $50, $60, $70 to buy the full game, at least you can try it for a few hours and decide if it's something that you would like to play in the long run. And honestly, I can't really guarantee to you that this is going to be the case, but the fact that the Crew 2 was supported and continues to be supported for so many years, I think it's a pretty decent investment of your money in terms of gaming. Now, it is a live server, so I don't know, I would imagine that probably once the server dies, well, you're not gonna be able to play this game. But if you come at the game with that mindset, understanding that that's what it's gonna be, I think it's an okay proposition, and that's exactly why I decided to buy the game. Because obviously there's always a little bit of fear like, hey, I'm pre-ordering a game that I haven't even tried once, how do I know that I'm gonna like it? But from what I've seen and what I've played of this game, its prequel, it does look like it's gonna be something that I'll enjoy. And like I mentioned, those Lambos, man, they look so shiny, they look so good, I want them. So why don't you let me know in the comments if you're somewhat interested in the Crew Motorfest. Would you give it a shot? Now keep in mind that this is probably gonna be a very big game, one of those games that is gonna require, like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 gigabytes of space in your hard drive. You're gonna have to download all of that. But considering that it's a free trial of a game for 5 hours, I think that would be okay. But hey, that's jumping a little bit too far ahead. First, in a few days from now, I'm actually going to be playing the game, going to be making some videos on it. And again, the asphalt content will continue to come out, but expect to see a whole bunch more of the crew in the channel for a little bit while I play, while I learn it, while I get to process what the game is about. Having said all that, I am indeed excited to play the new game, check it out, and hopefully get into multiplayer because, well, I do believe that in general multiplayer in a game is more interesting than just racing against the AI, at least in terms of content and some excitement in there in the competition. I think multiplayer is where that is at. And of course, it's not a mistake or just happenstance that I'm driving only Lambos in this video, because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Including the Kunta Shopia, one of the latest Lambos that was added into this game. And actually I made a video on checking this car and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, overall, my excitement for the Crew Motorfest is definitely there, and I'm gonna be playing it, and hopefully you're gonna be here to watch some videos on it. Maybe you like the content, maybe you like the game, and maybe you'll even try it, maybe you'll get it, and maybe we can even play it together. How about that? Making no promises though, but still, I'm excited for it, and that's why I wanted to make this video. If you want to see some other content on other racing games that I've also covered in the channel, check this video showing up on the screen right now. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.